Hello everybody and welcome to Unconventional GMs, the channel where we play mostly one-shot ttrpgs with pace, vim and vigour. We are returning tonight to the land of the Colossi of the Drylands to replay a sequel to our previous adventures in Daggerheart's Colossus of the Drylands campaign frame. Don't fear, you can check out the first episode after this one. You don't have to stop and go on it. We're doing it completely episodically. You won't miss anything. You'll be able to pick up the complex intertwining plot that our characters have developed in this second episode without any difficulty at all. And then when you enjoy it, you'll find out there's another 2 hours of adventure when our characters were way back in tier 1 in their first adventure, so you can go back to that. I'm Guy, one of the hosts of this, and also on Burn After Running, blog about one-shot RPGs. And our characters have, briefly, they discovered that the Drylands are being torn asunder by vast colossi that are being animated by soul shards that have been found in the Essentia mines. Our party of heroes have decided to set off and solve the problems of this world by finding said soul shards before the baddies do, basically. So they have set off fresh from their adventures where they fought a Colossus before. They've been on many adventures since. They've built up their own settlement. They've left, sadly, the Galapa. Dorsalan has had to stay behind to look after the lizard farm and the bakery and the treehouse. But the three of them that are more inclined to have continued on. So I'm going to ask my players to introduce themselves and their characters and maybe a taste of what their characters have been up to since we last met them when they were way back in level 1. And they're now level 3, tier 2 characters. I'm starting with my co-host, Gaz.
Hello, yes, I'm Gaz, co-host of this, and also co-host of What Would the Smart Party Do, the UK's premier RPG podcast. So, my character is Harlan, but maybe he's secondary to Rocky, his mount, who is a chameleon lizard that he rides around. A chameleon with anxiety issues and other things, and can never match his background. In fact, he seems to do the opposite, make himself more bright when he's anxious or frightened or angry or any other emotion, frankly. And yes, Holland's a wayfinder, like a ranger. So he's been actually trying to find a way out of this place because he's not from the Drylands originally. He's from another place, maybe even Earth, who knows. But how you can tell this is because attached to the saddle and across Rocket are adorned the bits and pieces of various different animals and creatures from weird and wonderful places. There's a bit of iridescent chitin from some giant beetle. There's the bones of other animals, unidentifiable now. There's bits of hide and fur and spiky bits and all kinds of stuff just hanging and dangling as trinkets, just as little mementos of all the places that he's been with his good friend Rocky, who then licks his eyeball.
Amazing. Looking forward to more Rocky action this session. Tasha, do you want to introduce yourself and who you are playing?
Of course, I'm Tasha, co-founder of Ukrainian tabletop RPG channel Idea Roll, and I'm playing Tishara, who is a Qatari sneak thief and once highborn, but came to Drylands to find adventure and fun, and oh, did I find those. I've got a talent for getting out of trouble, almost as strong as that of getting into it. And while we are on a travel for adventures, nonetheless, I still have this clinging to something homey. So in one of the places where we stopped a little bit further than in others, I actually found a lovely big tree conveniently on the top of the hill and started building up a little tree house. Maybe Harlan was not excited that I was so fascinated with all of the little trinkets he carries around because they're so distracting. Some of them are shiny, and others are jingly, and some of them are jingly and shiny. It's really hard to,
He
Keep
won't
yourself,
miss one or two, will he? I'm sure. Like, it's not, yeah.
That's what I thought, but he did notice them gone missing, so I decided to start my own collection from our own adventures, bringing them back to my lovely tree house. So now there are a few dingly things on the branches, not as many or as shiny as the one Harlan has, but I've got a goal and I do not see any barriers for me reaching it. So that's what I'm aiming at, and that's the tree I'm coming back to after our adventures.
Amazing. And last but not least, Olga, do you want to introduce yourself and who you are playing?
Hello, I am Olga Patijn. I am the writer of the Eternal Grind Cafe, which is a small improv RPG. And I'll be playing Samalak, the elf with raptor rings. Who is there just to help people? She is very sweet and very happy to help. Not very bright, but she makes a mean muffin, and that's why she started the bakery in the corpse of the scorpion titan we killed. And we're here definitely to find the shards and not to get more titan ingredients because I'm running low, because that's not a problem at all. And there's no stress, and there's definitely enough food for winter. So next to the many different things Dawson has to do, he's also manning the bakery and making me a good amount of money. Oh yeah, that's the one thing that a god has blessed me with, these beautiful raptor wings. The god's Tremaine of twists and trickery, and I'm sure he has good intentions with me. He does communicate with candy in my pocket, and all my powers are sweet space. But I'm a really good home baker, so it's going to be fine.
Amazing. So, despite our party's attempts to play a sort of cozy town-based RPG where they just collect stuff and run a bakery, they've been forced to leave the safety of civilization.
Oh no!
Apart from Dorslan, who can stay behind and make sure it's all safe.
Yeah.
As you are looking for more soul shards, you've employed at one point your old companion, Father Balthazar, the old priest from there. That you have, he's scouted out ahead of you, and you've heard. I think you got a communication from him. Maybe it was a little sort of little mini raptor carried you a message back, Samalak, saying he'd found a lead. So you followed his directions deep into the Caradondo Mountains. So as the camera pans in, we see the three of you, four if we count Rocky, padding their way through a rocky, winding road up into the mountains. The air is cold, still on your cheeks. There's a faint smell as if something isn't quite right up here. It's not quite as fresh as it could be. It's as if maybe deeper in the valley there's a sheep that's fallen over and started to rot or something. Not really disturbing, it feels a little bit like you're there. And as you turn around one of the corners in this winding sort of gorge that you're in, rocky steep sides at each side, you can see that there is the remains of a cart. There's a cart tipped over. No sign of its whatever animals were there before. The remains of a campfire that's been hastily stamped out. There's a tin teapot on its side next to it, and just next to this you can see there's a few dry trees just crackling the air, bleached white like bone. You can recognize this wagon. This is the wagon that Father Balthazar was using to explore.
Oh my.
And there's something in the air around it. I'm gonna, quite classic RPG moment, I'm gonna ask you to make a perception check. See if you can spot what's going on. That's probably going to be an instinct test. So, quick reminder to Daggerheart returners or people new to it. You're rolling the duality dice, which is 2 12-sided dice. On our dice roller, we're just taking the first result as hope, second as fear, and you are adding your instinct bonus to it. This is difficulty class 15, so you just need to get a total of 15 on it. So go ahead, you can all roll. If you want to describe what you're doing to bring anything else in, by all means do, but otherwise.
I failed because although I'm trying to observe the scene and find out what's happened to Father Balthazar, Rocky has smelled that dead sheep, and I'm having real problems trying to get him back on track as he's trying to wander off and find the tasty morsel.
Samalak,
Go, go, go.
She walks around the campfire. She feels if the pot is still hot. She smells the tea. She samples it. It has been this many hours.
And this many is probably no more than maybe 2. The pot's still warm. There's a recent
dear.
attack you found. You did roll with fear though, so.
Yes, I succeeded with fear. My apologies.
Yeah. And finally, Tasha.
I failed them both, so I guess I am very confident that this is Father Balthazar card, and I'm telling it to my friends. Can you imagine? This is the card I'm telling you, and I believe this is as much as I can figure out from my roll.
And in fact, Sam, like you can find that there is, as you go around that, there's a little bit of movement in the cart, and as you can see, you can just make out a sort of turtley hand about to snake out from there. But no sooner do you see a sign of Father Balthazar, who was a galapper, to be clear. So it's him. No sooner than you find that, than you look up and you can see from the rocks around you some creatures of bleached bone emerge. Probably, you'd surmise from your inspection, the people who originally attacked this cart have come back, confident it would attract further travellers. And so, without further ado, you can see there's a group of there's flying in. There are 3 sort of skulls just flying around. You can see magic crackles around them as they sort of float above the battlefield and move to engage you. There's also about 10 skeletons. One of them is clearly the lead skeleton. You can tell because his head is like detached, and he carries a thick wooden staff. The others are just sort of half human, just attack with sort of claws. They are rushing towards you, intent on attacking. Samalak, you're the first to react. So you, in fact, get to take the first action with that successful roll. Just in terms of knowing what they are, you've got 3 skulls. You've got 1 sort of lead skeleton, and then the 9 skeletons that are along there are minions. So you can sort of attack them, and you might defeat more than one of them.
Well, I will tell the main skeleton, that's just rude. And I stick my hand in my pocket, very angry, and I get a handful of toffees out, and I yeet the toffees into his face in a spell attack with a 19 plus 3. Succeeded with fear, I am assuming.
Yeah, is that
that is my bolt beacon.
I was going to say, which spell attack is that? No,
that's
the toffees one is bolt beacon. That is indeed. You only need a 10 to hit him, so that does indeed hit with fear. That means I'll get to go next, but yeah, you get to do that. What damage do you do? Do you want to roll your?
I will roll my damage. It's 2d8 plus 2. So it's 9. So it's 11 damage, but he is also vulnerable now.
Okay, so that was damage. Okay, so that is actually enough damage. Him being vulnerable is going to be a moot point because that is enough to actually defeat him. Looking at, oh no, it isn't. Sorry, it looks as if it defeats him. Apologies, we'll cut that bit out. It looks like it'll defeat him, but it turns out the GM was looking at his stress track, not his hit point track. Yeah, he sort of gets knocked down, but claws himself back together, pulling his head back on to do it, and turns towards you. Vulnerable, for people that want to know. That means everyone attacking him has advantage, which means an extra d6 if you want to target him. But it's my go now. He's not gonna have that. He's gonna rush into you, Samalak, and try and attack you with his staff. So I'll be rolling my d20s. Does an 18 hit your evasion?
It does, most certainly.
I'm afraid you're going to be taking a total of 4 points of damage, which is probably minor.
And that is indeed minor damage. I will make a note of that. Thank you.
Okay, and just to spoil your day more, I'm going to spend a fear to have one of the skulls go as well. One of the skulls fires a magic burst at you, Harlan.
Rude.
So let me know if 14 hits your evasion.
It does.
Okay, can you take, for me, 10 points of magic damage then?
Would you say that he's in very close range with me?
He's in close range with you, but not very close.
Sad, then I cannot be your shield.
Oh, in that case, yeah, that's above my first threshold.
So that would be 2 points of hit point damage. This spent
Mm-hmm.
armor, and I'm going to spend another fear as well because I don't want to leave Tasha out of it, as another bolt comes from one of these skulls towards you, but undoubtedly misses you with a roll of 8, I'm afraid. And you can have the initiative back. So Samlak went before. Maybe Harlan, you want to return the favour against somebody?
Yeah. Yes, I do. I was going to go for these magical skulls, but as I've been rudely attacked by the leader of them, I'm going to whip round in my saddle and like half lean off Rocky and then take a shot with my steampunk rifle. Try and get this leader, and I get advantage on it, right? Because he's vulnerable.
You do, yeah. So you get a d6 as well.
Amazing. So I get a total of 17.
That hits, and you rolled with hope, so you keep the initiative as well. Do you want to give me damage to him?
I will in 1 second. Cancel these dice and get some new ones. 12 damage.
12 damage is enough indeed to defeat him. Do you want to just add a bit of flavour to that as to how he falls down?
Yeah, shoot him, but like because of all these bones I've been studying, I know the one that's going to like disassemble him. So I crack him right in the connective bone, so that he just basically falls down into pieces on the floor.
Okay, I just need to roll now. You won't like this potentially. I'll just need to roll to see if he gets back up again. If I get a 6, then he sort of judders with a 5.
Wavers, doesn't
The bones begin to form together, but then they just fall flat to the ground.
Yeah, that's when Rocky licks out and takes one of the bones and swallows it.
The other 9 skeletons show no sign of turning back at the demise of their leader. Tishara, what are you up to? You can keep initiative now because as well as hope.
Would you say that one of the skulls is in a far range from me?
They're in close range, so they're within far range.
Certainly. Oh, okay, cool. I'd like to use my Nightwalker ability. Well, try to use it.
Yeah.
And step from the shadow of the broken card to the shadow of one of the skulls.
Okay, amazing.
So
you can just do that. I think you need to make a spell cast roll, don't you?
Yes, it's finesse for me. So it's again 2d12, right?
Yeah.
What's the target?
The target will be its target number of difficulty, which is 15. But that will hit, I think, because you've got a finesse bonus, haven't you?
Yes, +2.
Okay, so you rolled with fear, though, is the only thing. So you do lose initiative here. So yeah, you flicker out of existence and appear next to one of these skulls, but you are cloaked at the moment, which is good because that means you can get sneak attack and stuff. Can't hit you. It's their go. One of these, their leader being shot down. A gang of these. I need to spend a fear to do this. A gang of these skeletal dredgers rushes towards you, Harlan, and 6 of them attack as one to try and drag you down. Their bony claws, and they get 17 on there, which means you're going to take 6 damage.
Well, that would be too much. Well, it's below my threshold, isn't it? So is that only 1 hit point?
Yeah, that is.
I thought it was actually 6 hit points for a minute. And I got very worried.
Yeah.
So it's fine.
But I'm not going to spend any more fear. That is their that is their action. Maybe we'll pass it back to Tishara. So sneak it up on one of these skulls.
Yeah, I'd like to sneak attack the skull.
Go for it. I think you have. I think you have advantage as well, so I think you get an extra d6 on this too.
Yes, I'm cloaked, so.
Yeah. Yeah, if you want to roll 2d12, and you can roll a d6 as well for advantage. I mean, that is going to hit. But yeah, it's not. You've succeeded with hope. You've hit. Your damage is something ridiculous, isn't it? 2d8 plus 2d6.
Yes,
something.
yes.
Yeah.
It 2d8 plus 2d6 plus 4.
Amazing.
Let's see.
Wait till we get to the tier 4 game.
15 plus 4, 19.
19. Amazing. It will not surprise you that is severe damage for it. The skull sort of as you sort of step out of the shadows and take it, it momentarily crashes to the ground, has to come back up. As it comes up, one of its eye sockets is sort of smashed in as it's fallen from there. They're still sort of flowing around, but it's not doing too well, this one, at all. And you still have initiative. So maybe Samalak, you want to take it next?
Yes, Samalak steps close to Rocky and gets her mace out and starts whacking.
Amazing, amazing. The skeleton dredges are just difficulty 8 to hit.
Well, I succeed with fear, but I do give it a nice hearty whack.
Amazing.
And that is 2d8 plus 4, so that in total, oh, that's a rubbish roll. 8 damage.
8 damage is enough to defeat. Actually, yeah, that's enough to defeat 3 of them. So, if you want to just describe you wading through 3 of them as you smash them down, that.
Samalak has these big raptor rings, and like an angry bird, she's like, "Fa-fa!" and the rings are foop, foop, and they kind of start moving away, and she's like, just as they move away, she's trying to defend Rocky, and of course it's Ryder. She's pushing them off.
Amazing, amazing. On that though, because you rolled with fear, I am going to put another burst of magical energy is going to fire towards you on one of these chaos skulls. Samalak, that is a 20 in total, which I'm pretty sure
that is
gonna
hits
hit.
me. Yeah,
that is only 9 damage from there.
9 damage. I will spend another armor.
Okay, and similar to that, I'm going to spend another fear to keep going. Tishara, another one after you've attacked one of them. It actually, instead of a magic blast, this one flies towards you and tries to sort of bite at your fur. One of these skulls, which will be 16. That hit your evasion?
It's above my evasion.
Okay, will be 14 damage.
Ooh. It's major damage.
Yeah. I'm going to leave it at that. Probably Harlan, it's your turn to go. We're taking.
I think so. So I'm going to take a bead on these floating skulls. Yeah, that's much better. That's an 18.
Yeah, with hope as well.
Yep. What I'm going to do, I think this is right. I've got 3 hope now, so I want to spend them with my hold them off power. So when I succeed in an attack with a weapon, use the same roll against 2 additional adversaries within the range of the attack. So I'll shoot 3 skulls.
You can do that completely.
Yeah. It's going to be 17 damage.
So that is, again, it's going to be severe damage. So the one that Tishara had already smashed up a bit collapses and fades into dust. It disappears. It's clear as it does that as the bone goes away, there's also something spectral in it as well. A weird sort of purpley glow appears in its wake, as if this was what was animating it. The other 2 are also damaged, but they are still sort of up and moving around, but significantly badly damaged. It's a sort of free call now. You've got the initiative still, so any of you could go next. Harlan went last.
Are those skulls close to me?
Yeah, they're within close range. Certainly.
Okay, I'd love to spend a hope and make a spellcast roll for Rain of Blades.
Okay. Oh yeah, you can do that on all of them, can't you? I think.
To the ones who are in very close range.
Yeah,
which is why
they both are. Yeah, you can do that. You can certainly move to within that, so you can get closeness. Yeah. Roll your spellcast. It's 15. You need to.
Ooh. No, I don't think so.
Not quite. Even
How much are you short?
2, I think. Aren't you? You got finesse plus 3.
+2. No, I'm short 3.
Short 3. Oh, great gods, help us! You get 3 buffs.
You've hit. Amazing.
Wow.
Power of prayer. From Sonic.
The power of prayer.
It's worked. Amazing. Roll your damage
Oh.
on these 2 that are remaining.
Okay.
I think it's 2d8 plus 2 that you do to them each.
Mm-hmm. Uh, 4 plus 2, 6 each.
It's 2d8 plus 2 because you're second level. Sorry, that's it. See, it's not d8 plus 2. It's 2d8 plus 2 because you're tier 2. So just roll another d8. Get on that. So it's not very clear from that.
9.
That is enough to defeat the other 2. As your rain of blades, as that you're just left with this ghostly imprint. There are merely 6 skeletal dredges left. With that prayer, you actually roll with hope as well, so you keep initiative. Amazing. Samalak or Harlan, do you want to try and finish off these 6 remaining skeletons?
Samalak will start whacking, and I definitely succeed with fear, sadly. I think her mace is actually not a mace, but a giant rolling pin. So she's just, bad skeleton, bad! And very rude. And so she keeps whacking left and right on the skeletons, admonishing them. For 13 damage.
13 damage. That's enough to take 3 of them out. There are just 3 left there. These 3 are going to make a bold last stand against you, Samalak, and try and hit you. Try and drag you down with them. That is not going to hit. However, at all, and they can't. I don't think I can spotlight them again either. Harlan, do you want to see if you can finish them off?
Yeah, I'll roll my rifle, but I'll say this is Rocky that started chomping about and lashing out with his tongue, trying to hoover up the morsels around. He's probably bitterly disappointed there's no meat on them, but what are you going to do? Yeah, 21's definitely going to.
That hits,
yeah. It's only 5 damage, that.
Just leaves 1 skeleton still standing.
Yeah, he gets 2 of them and then starts to spit them out and does that kind of face because they're just all dusty and chalky.
And this final skeleton is gonna spend a fear and try and make a run for it. So it's gonna try and run away up through the hills if you let it. I mean, stop it if you want. But
Samalak goes airborne and she starts hunting it, swooping like a bird of prey, and she actually, if she can, will lift him up and drop him.
Well, let's see. We'll do a dice roll for it as you try and defeat a tier 1 minion, which is what they are.
If you would do agility with that, it would be 11.
That would work, yeah. That
and
is
I'll
enough.
spend
You need 8, so yeah.
And I'll spend the stress for the swoop and drop because that's
well worth spending, yeah. Yeah, that does at least 1 hit point of damage, which is enough to defeat it. 1 damage from that. So yeah, you smash it on that, and you see again. You just see this sort of purpley fog where they were sort of dissipates as it goes, and as you do it, you can turn around. And you can see the cart, just a sort of face, a turtley face, emerges from it. And says, "Oh, thank God, you've rescued us. I'm so glad you came. I don't know if we could have withstood another attack from the living dead."
Oh, thank goodness you're alive. Hard to tell with your face. But, now we started moving. I'm fairly convinced there's no purpley glow to her.
Oh, no. Where are my manners? Please allow me to introduce Agatrice, and from within the cart, a female elf emerges, sort of tan skin, quite stocky, hair braided down with extremely well crafted leather armor on, sort of crawls out from it. So it says, your friend is a coward. I told him we could have fought them off again, but even so, I'm glad we're here. I am Agatrice, and Balthazar says Agatrice has news of the shard. News of the shard. That's why you came, isn't it? And to rescue me, of course.
Yes,
you're
different
welcome.
order. Yeah.
Oh, I'm good. So,
shall we have a nice cup of tea?
Exactly. We're going to have a nice tea and biscuits, and we're going to make sure everybody gets patched up. Tashara, you don't look that good.
Oh,
Nothing personal. It's just I think the bleeding is it's ruining the look.
oh, okay. Well, can you please take care of that?
I will happily spend my downtime patching you up while we listen to our good friend Balthasar.
So it's up to you. I'll tell you what they're going to tell you. It's up to you, as it is in Daggerheart, whether you want to count this as a short rest or not. A reminder, if you do, you get to clear some stress and some hit points, repair some armor, get some hope maybe. But I also get some fear because you're not on that. But I'll give you the information first. So it's sort of right the tin teapot. Balthazar still has lots of his supplies. And there he starts the fire again, does it, as he's bemoaning what's happened to his mules that were dragging the cart and what he's going to do. Have to go back down and get it. Maybe Dorsalan can help. If he was here, he'd have a solution. He always fixed it. But over cups of tea, it's Agatrice really who tells you that she hails from Andejo, which is a village further up the mountains. And she says that because it's a mining town, but the miners there dug too far and too deep and awakened something in the mountain. Strange glowing crystal of purple rock. And at this point, like Balthazar's nodding and saying, like, see, that's meaningful. That's the soul shard. But she says that once it was discovered, at first skeletons and creatures of the rock emerged from the mine and assailed the village. Soon they began to hear earthquakes, and then a vast colossi escaped and destroyed the town. She says she doesn't know how many of her fellow villagers survived, but many were killed and smashed. They tried to fight off this vast sort of stony giant. The colossi then wandered off somewhere else, but as far as she knows, that the shard is still there. She only wishes that someone could lay her village friends like souls to rest. At this point, Balthazar steps in and says, yes, they haunt the town like spectres, and aware of their existence. Even the mine itself is only accessible now on the spiritual level. So when I scouted it out, I was unable to find an entrance to it. It would involve going and entreating with these ghosts to try and find a way to find that soulstone.
I think our solution would be prayer. Lots of prayer, good communications, and more tea. I'm sure we could sit with these ghosts and talk and sort it out and send them over to the other side. Now, how stony was the Colossus? Was he still do you think there was some flesh on it, or?
The Colossus is long gone. She says, I hid in the hills and looked to my town. They continue in a semblance of life. But their souls must be ill at ease. The soul shard must be destroyed to give them peace. But prayer, I'm sure, would help, she says.
Toss of prayers.
Yes.
Yes, don't worry. We'll take care of this trivial matter.
Not very well. And Agatrice says, I shall remain with Balthazar and guard his wagon until we can get help. She says, I find it too depressing to return to the village. I'll give you directions to it. But when I went before, my former friends turned away and shrieked in terror at me, as if I were a ghost. So you'll have to...
So they didn't try to hurt you.
I mean, they did a little, but I ran away. But they are going about their lives as normal, I think. Some semblance of normality.
I mean, if they're not hostile and they're just going about their lives.
Their souls are trapped on this plane of existence. Prayer is what they need. Like, The elf understands. We are people of the same nation. Their souls
Yes,
must be laid to rest.
And Tishara, if these souls will tell us, honest to God, that they want to stay here and pretend to have a mock life, we will not stop them.
Okay.
Just checking in with your neighbors. It's good practice.
You sure know best.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, amazing. So you resolve to go up to Andeo. You get directions to there pretty easily from Agathris. She can show you where it is. Is that the plan? Are you wanting to have a short rest or not? It's sort of up to you. We can
Yes, please.
engage the rules there. So a reminder of what happens. I get a D4 fear. Most important thing. As 4. Amazing. Good
Right.
dice roll. You can each choose 2 of these things. So you can either heal a D4 plus 2 hit points, clear a D4 plus 2 stress, or clear a D4 plus 2 armor, or gain a hope. You can't choose more than one stuff. Only thing.
Yeah, I've been happily stitched up, I think, and salved by my my good friend Samalk, and that's increased my hope. I'm feeling hopeful again about this magic.
Tishara, do you need some hit point help with that?
I think I can try to heal. I'm 2 hit points down.
Okay, well then
So-
I'll do my own armor.
Okay, yeah. I'll roll
Okay.
for hit points.
What does Tishara's healing look like? Is it cat like licking at the wounds and then that heals it? Is
How do you know? Is it from traveling with her for a long time?
Well, yeah, I'm asking you. You're the player. You can tell me, but that's just what I imagined in my head.
This is exactly what I'm doing. You know that cat saliva has healing powers.
My word, you're bendy.
I'll cover Rocky's eyes.
Somehow, yeah. Plates.
Yeah.
Something, yeah.
Both my wings go.
Yeah. Amazing. So, like, what are you doing in this short respite?
Well, I'm fixing my armor, and then I have my elf power. So my elf power gives me an extra action, and that gives me hope.
Amazing. So the camera pans away again, and we see the 3 of you, 4 including Rocky, making your way up the rickety sort of pathway to Andeo, and we can see Andeo is a tight, cozy mining village nestled in a mountain path. 1 road in, 1 road out, lined with houses and occasional sort of shacks and stuff. There's no sign of the road to the mine or even the mine, which would have been a fixture before. It's as if that sits in a different sort of world. Homesteads dot the lands around it as well. As you get there, your noses are hit with the smell of sort of old ash, old burning. It's sort of the signs of devastation of a village that's been destroyed but papered over. The chill across your skin and all the, well, depending on your, I think for all of you, the hairs on the back of your neck stand up as you sense something of the ghosts are nearby. There is a sort of purple glow that sort of permeates the place a little bit. Something is not quite right. There's the hubbub of a town chattering, but the voices are a bit too shrill and shallow. As you sort of cautiously approach, you can see that the village is full of townspeople going about some sort of semblance of their daily lives. There's a couple of people going into the saloon. You can see a ghostly drunk being thrown out half-heartedly as the ghostly doors sort of swing in and out. All of the buildings are sort of half real and half spectral, so the bits that have been smashed have been replaced by ghostly towers and stuff. And again, the farms are sort of burnt husks. You can see this where a field once was, there'll be a little field, but then the rest of it is grey and ghostly. And the main thing that seems to be holding people's attention as you sort of cautiously approach, in the central square, there's like a fire and brimstone preacher holding forth, telling everyone they're doomed, they must repent, they must worship the god. And then he pauses and he can't say the name. Otherwise, you'll do it. Everyone else looks a bit sort of bemused, but they're listening to it for something to do. There is also a goblin ghost. All these people are ghosts, by the way. loudly heckling the preacher, saying, "What god is it? What god is it? If you can't say its name, what is it?" All this is going on, but there's also all the hubbub of a mining town going around in here. You can see there's also sort of bored teenage ghosts just watching on distractedly, who seems as if they look straight through you as you approach. Nobody else has paid you much mind, and there's a look of sort of distrust and horror. It looks a bit to you as if they've seen a ghost. How this works, you're going to have to find the location of the mine and the cellstone. This is a countdown clock. I've started at 5. So basically describe what you're doing. We'll work out what that looks like in a roll. We'll make it and we'll try and tick this down until it gets to 0. Failures will have some consequences in terms of ghostly problems. So maybe turn to you, Harlan, first to see what would you like to do here.
Yeah, well, I'm going to go slightly left field because I've got nature's tongue, because I wonder if I can speak to plants and animals. So they're going to have a different perspective on what's been happening, because presumably, like, no crops are being raised now, and all the sort of stuff that would normally happen with human activity is not happening. So they're getting back to their own, but they might have an idea of where a burrow might be, where the humans used to bury underground and that kind of stuff. So I'll be speaking to various creatures and trees and ferns and stuff.
Okay, yeah, because the animals, some of the animals are ghostly, some of them are normal. Are you focusing mainly on the normal animals, the alive things, not the burnt down trees, the normal trees?
Yeah, trying to ignore how frustrated Rocky's getting by lashing out with his tongue at ghostly rabbits and missing them, and just like
terrified. So yeah, that sounds like a presence check. If you want to spend,
well, he uses instinct. It's one of my things.
Oh, sorry, you can use instinct then. You can obviously spend hope to give yourself. There's going to be difficulty 15 all these rolls, so feel free to give yourself an experience bonus, or someone can help you if they want by spending hope and giving you.
I'm good with animals. That's literally one of my experiences, so that seems like the one to use at this point. Okay, so it'll be this plus 4 in total. Oh, I missed by 1. 14.
One short,
unfortunately.
But
and it's with fear as well.
I think, Harlan, that God loves you, and you get +1.
That's just enough then.
A prayer to the spirits of the animals comes to you.
Yeah. I can't get any animals coming to me at all, and remember the candies that I've got in my pocket that was given to me by my friend, and that just entices them over.
Yeah. And yeah, I'm trying to think of an animal that would know underground burrows. Yeah, there are some those like
a badger.
Yeah.
Mole.
Desert badgers. A pair of desert badgers, one alive, one ghostly, creep towards you. And over a long and quite confusing conversation, we have to talk a lot about different types of shale and stone quality.
And the concept of death for these poor badgers whose mate is now no longer touchable.
Yeah, they say, oh yeah, the mine. There used to be a big burrow full of men up there, but it's closed off. And the ghostly one says it's not closed off. It's still there. They're still in there doing their men stuff. The alive one said, no, it's definitely closed off. Not like it's just blank wall. There's the entrance to the burrow. It's like it's never been there. You're mad. It's fine. I've been in there. I was in there yesterday, and they start having this sort of badger fight disagreement about whether it exists or not between the ghost and the live one. Amazing. So your countdown clock, success with fear, ticks it down by 1. So you're now on 4. Who would like to have a go now at trying to find out where this is?
Samalak approaches the priest and he says, "Hello there, Father. I see you're having a bit of a rough day. Could I help you and interest you in some of my knowledge of the gods? Help you remember a name? Because I have an experience of forgotten law, stories, and events."
He says, "Oh yeah, I've not forgotten a name. The name's really clear. It's."
Could you run a description for me? I'm so happy to help.
Well, he's the oldest god of fire and death. He's ideal for this our present predicament. He's
Yes.
sure to answer everyone's prayers if we all just join together and say,
Ambrius, Ambrius is the name you're looking for. I am happy to pray with you, Father. Will you hold hands?
yeah, well, if you could lead the prayer, that'll be good. And he looks a little bit suspicious. He says, I've not met any fellow followers of the faith for a long time. It almost felt like a forgotten god.
He was a forgotten god, but I have never forgotten the forgotten, and they have not forgotten me either.
Excellent.
Now let us pray.
Excellent. So I think this is a test of how authentic your prayer is, whether we end up with an ecumenical disagreement with this priest. What do you use for spellcasting? It's probably the same as that.
Strength.
Right, okay, go for it. Roll with strength then.
Would you also accept my experience of +2 forgotten lore and stories?
Absolutely, yeah, it is. Not forgotten.
Cool,
Spend a hope to use that.
I will spend that hope, and I didn't need to spend that hope, but it was a +25. I succeed with hope.
I succeed with hope. Takes it down by 2, so it's down to 2. So yeah, you see a little ghostly tear appear in his eye. He says, "Oh, it's so good to meet one of the faithful. We haven't. You must see the rest of town. You know, the saloon, the church. You know, the church isn't really in its best way. It's just up there by the mine."
Oh, lovely. Could you show me, and the mine too? Because I heard an accident happened. I would love to offer prayer and
An
support.
accident? No accident in the mine. No, it's fine. It's fine. The mine's still opening, still working as.
Could you
demonstrate?
demonstrate?
Yeah. I'll take you towards there, and he takes you up to the church, and you can all sort of follow along, and you can see that there's no sign of any mine here. It's all sort of shut down. From there, there's no way in. He says, "Oh, it was just up there a minute ago. I don't know where it is." Anyway, please, and he gets you some prayer beads and stuff for his long forgotten god, and so on. Tishara, you have a chance to maybe finally unearth this mine. What are you going to do to try and do this?
Well, I'd want to climb something tall and high. I heard there was a church nearby. They are normally the highest building in town.
There's a steeple. In fact, yeah, you can climb up, yeah.
And actually look around to see if I notice maybe some side entrance or a little burrow we could use to infiltrate. And while I'm looking around, I'm, mostly frozen, as cats sometimes are looking into the corner, which to humans looks empty, perfectly blank. But cats see something in there, and I would love to add my bonus of Arcana knowledge to
Absolutely,
it, and
yeah.
hopefully spot something.
Yeah. What stat you're on? Agility to climb, is that?
Yep.
Okay, go for it.
It's a 12 plus 2, 14.
And your agility, your agility's 2, isn't it, as well? So
plus.
So it's 16 because you get your Arcana in it.
16, yes.
Amazing. So that is success with lots of fear. So it's not quite enough. We're down to 1 on the countdown. I think what you can spot, I think you climb up the spire. Without even noticing, you realise that you're actually climbing up for a bit. You're climbing up the ghostly bit. And your hands are sort of going purple and ghostly. And when you're in that bit, you can see that there is sort of faded, like an entrance to a mine does appear there. As you go onto the non-ghostly bit, the solid bit disappears. Do you think maybe if you're in contact with a ghost, you might be able to get through there? So countdown's at 1. Potentially you've got a way into this mine now if you can persuade a ghost to hold hands with you. Take it.
How about we hold that ghost badger on, up?
Everybody
or can you find a ghost badger for each of us? Or how does it work?
I was going to when this argument's going on between the buzzers, well, there's only one way to solve this. You two both climb on here, and then we'll climb on Rocky's back. And I'll tell you guys as well, like a big row. And we'll see if we can get all of us through with 1 badger on Rocky.
1 badger on Rocky, amazing.
And everybody else about
How's Rocky feeling about all of us?
Yeah. What's going to happen if the first two will go through and then everybody else will be?
Sure. I mean, pick a stat, guys. I don't know what it's like.
I'm not sure either. Finesse, maybe?
Ghost teamstering is probably finesse. Yeah, finesse. Yeah. You're trying to finesse everyone through this ghostly portal. Yeah, that works.
I'm thinking it's like that video game exploit where you're trying to like get through the door you shouldn't be able to get through it sometimes.
We're
trying to cheat our way in.
Hole in a wall, that video game where you have to like do the shape.
Yeah.
The wall comes.
If we step off at this bit, we should be able to do it. So we'll see if it works. No, that's not going to work. It's just ridiculous idea. Who thought that would work?
It's not. Rocky's having none of it. Maybe the ghostly power of a ghost badger is not enough for all four of you to go through. Maybe you need to persuade maybe one of the villagers to help climb on Rocky or something. Samalak, do you want to, or Tashara, do you want to try that? Or something else?
I am happy to grab the priest, and I say, now my town was also used to be a mining village, but we had this horrible accident. I would love to look at your structure to see if it's not the same accident. Would you please show me the mine? I'm a bit scared in the dark. Would you hold my hand, Father?
And I'll hold the hand of all my friends as well, and this chameleon wizard. Yeah, amazing. Roll me a presence to see if he does that. Why are you scared? If you're faithful to the god of fire, he'll protect you.
Can I help?
Yeah. So you spend a hope, and you'll give a d6. How are you
yes,
helping?
I'll spend a hope and use my highborn feature, which allows me to leverage your reputation to get what you want. So,
Awesome.
yes, I'm telling the stories of how Samalak helped us before, even in more scary environments.
Yeah.
And this is an honor to travel all together, and the priest is welcome to share this honor with us.
Well, I've not read Qatari of your reputation before. Certainly, you can come with me, and well, let's see. In fact, that does.
That is, I succeeded very highly, but a fear, because I'm scared of the dark.
Amazing. I'll just bank that fear ready for the final. Okay, so you pass through into this mine, and into the sort of in-between world between the ghost land or the ghost town and the soul shard that is on here. Who knows what will await you before that? Let's find out after we've had a quick break. We'll edit it down for you viewing at home, but we're going to go and take a short rest ourselves. Hopefully nobody's going to gain a D4 fear, but we're all going to refresh our hope, mend our armor, refresh our stress and hit points, and we'll see you just in a few short seconds. Welcome back, viewers. Our party have just passed between the worlds of life and death into an ancient mine. They believe there's a soul shard buried in. But before they can get there, they're going to have to progress through this dangerous, half dead, half alive, half undead, making three halves of doom for them potentially. Rather than do this as a little dungeon crawly thing, we're going to do this as a montage. So everyone's going to step out of their player seats a little bit and become GMs a bit. Take the pressure off me, a bit easier for me. So this is an idea taken from 13th Age originally, but it works really well in nearly every system. If you want to see examples of it, go and check out about 50% of our videos on the channel, feature it in one way or another. So how this is going to work, I'm going to introduce the first sort of challenge that you're going to face, and then pass to one of the players who are going to describe how the group overcomes it. They don't have to use their own skills, they don't have to roll any dice, don't have to spend any points or anything. Just describe how you overcome it, and then that player will describe the next obstacle. Pass to somebody else, will resolve it. I might interject at certain points to add a bit of flavour or to make it more dangerous, more perilous, and it'll come back to me to solve the final obstacle, and then we'll see what they have found. They're going to end this this exploration in the centre of the mine where the soul shard was released, which could be a massive chamber deep in the Caradondo Mountains. So, if everyone's ready with that, you are. I think once you pass through, you can divest yourself. You don't all have to climb on Rocky. You can sort of clamber off, and you find yourself on the sort of upper shafts of this mine, and you are making your way deeper into the mine. As you go along, though, you soon come across what probably used to be a sort of lift to lift the miners up and down. But as you get there, you can see that it's all been sort of smashed and battered away. So the lift that you would get into and the elevator isn't there. There's just this vast shaft going down maybe hundreds of feet. The ghostly miners that you can see are still sort of going up without the lift, and just a group of them float up to ground level and walk through you as if they haven't seen you. But for you to go deeper into this, you're going to have to come up with some way of getting down this perilous shaft. Who would like to resolve that challenge first?
Sarah, would you like to be Princess Carrie down there? I'm sure, like, Harlan can stick his chameleon. There are also Princess Carrie does as well. But I'm happy to Princess Carrie you.
Would love
I'll
it.
make graceful descent with my wings.
Okay, that's so. How's Harlan getting down? Just
Well, I think his chameleon has sticky feet, right? That thing can climb walls. Now, if they need help, I'm happy to hold their little back, like hold them squished to this little Rocky, and give.
I mean, I'm thinking to Princess carry me down as well, because Rocky's fine with his sticky hands, but they're only made for a chameleon. And if anybody else is on his back while he's trying to get down, he starts sliding down the mine shaft.
Very well, as long as it's a Princess Carrie. Last time you tried to piggyback and then you said "Hee-ya," and I dropped you. So let's remember. And I again descend down.
Amazing. And
while
then
Rocky slowly crawls down.
Yeah.
Some of the trinkets are producing these little noises, and one of them falls down while I'm already at the bottom waiting for you. Like,
Amazing. And Rocky emerges with a flick of his tongue and goes searching for it, but where he dropped it. Amazing. Olga, what's the next challenge that you face as you go further into the mines?
Well, as this is animating dead, the mine gets a little bit narrower, and one of the things that happened to be unearthed by the miners, as made it more like a fun doodle, was half a T-Rex skull. So now there is this T-Rex skull just like happing and blocking the next entrance of the mine. Can't get out of the wall, but it also is not going to let us pass.
Amazing, amazing. Snapping T-Rex skull animated. Who's going to resolve that?
Would you like to? Would you like me to Shara?
Go for it.
Well, it's the big dagger-like teeth that are clearly the problem. We can time the snapping, but it's those big teeth. And happily, we've brought Rocky with us, so his sticky tongue can whip out and grab hold of the teeth, and one by one, just plink, 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 until after a period of half an hour, maybe, because his aim's not that great. This T-Rex skull's gumming at us, but we can just time it between chomps to roll through.
I love that. Yeah, Rocky has to take a break halfway through because he's getting bored. You have to like coax him back to like go and go.
Because he's quite long, his tail gets trapped because he can't get all the way through, so he loses his tail again, as seems to be traditional. It'll grow back
again.
Yeah,
amazing. What's the next challenge that you face, Cal?
The problem with the deconstruction of the mine and stuff is it's created a crack and a well or a spring spreads up, and now there's a raging torrent we find as we get deeper into it. So there's fast moving water, difficult to swim, and debris being dragged as well. So there's big boulders that are rolling along at the bottom of it. And we're like, not even Rocky could leap it in one bound. We're trying to work out how we could possibly get across.
Okay, fast-moving river, Tashara. Down to you to describe how you overcome it. Cats notoriously good at crossing bodies of water.
Exactly, lucky me.
Yeah.
I think I'll just step in the shadow on one shore and step out of the shadow on the other one, securing a rope bridge. Like if I leave one end of the rope
Yeah.
with you friends, and then quickly teleport on the other side, securing the other end, and so that would help everybody climb over there.
I mean, I think maybe the rope goes ghostly in the bit in the middle, so people can step through as ghosts, because you're stepping through shadow, right? So it sort of could go into the ghost realm. That's why. So you can climb
That
over
could work too.
through
Yes.
this nightmarish realm that Tashara sometimes steps into, and you can get there. So, Tasha, what's the final obstacle that you face before you find the soul shard?
Well, I'm guessing that this is the lower end of the mine, and there is some sort of chasm with the ghostly bridge still there, but the actual one intact. So, yeah, might be trickier for us to cross.
Yeah, and so I have to resolve how we do this. I think, yeah, the whistling wind also makes it hard for someone to fly across somehow. So I think you can cross using the same way that you went into the mine. From nearby, there appears a helpful few ghostly badgers that you're able to get enough of them to climb onto Rocky, and Rocky can go across with a can very slowly cross.
Hand over hand.
Yeah.
Well, the main
Stops
thing is-
halfway,
Way.
just swaying. And his eyes close, how it's like he's fallen asleep. You have to like wake him up from his and eventually he gets there and you get a rope across and you're able to cross.
The main thing is to keep eyes on the ghostly bridge, not to step on a side, because there's a
I'll
chasm.
put his blinkers on to keep him focused.
Straight.
Made out of old battered shields and things.
Amazing. And you can proceed over, and you find yourself soon in the very chamber where the soul shard was discovered, and it is still there. In fact, this is a huge chamber, maybe 40 feet across. There's a glowing shard. It's like the size of a person floating around in the center of this, like think a sort of gemstone, but human-sized, glowing bright purple, the same shade that the undead were animated in. As it senses your presence, as the living have arrived, you notice that there are miners still working out in these ghostly miners. They all spin to you and heft their ghostly picks, and you will have to face these spectral warriors as well as the shard itself, which is going to try and use its magics to try and somehow defeat you. I'm going to spend a fear to go first because I can. And I've got loads of fear. So the shard itself, the only thing is it has to randomly roll what it does each round. So amazing, that works. So yeah, it fires a searing beam onto, I suppose there are three of you. Let's roll a d3 and see. That's you, Samalak.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see if it hits you.
That's not
That's
that hard. So
18,
yes.
so probably it does.
It does.
That will do a mere 7 damage.
And that's
7 magic damage as this mana beam fires towards you. As it does, you see the miners are stepping forward and moving to engage you as well. At the moment, within this thing, they're probably at close range, sort of around there, but you could get to very close or get to combat from there. And I will actually pass to you guys now. Use my fear later. Who would like to go?
Arlen will go first. Oh, sorry. Tashana, did you want to do the first thing?
Yes, I was. I wanted to try and shadow step again closer to the big crystal, hopefully into its shadow or some of the shadows created by its spectral flickers.
Amazing. There are plenty of shadows in this mine, so yeah, make your spellcast roll. Step in and become.
Ooh, something goes terribly wrong.
Yeah.
Knew I should have gone first.
Yeah. I'm just checking nothing bad happens. You don't do it? No.
I'm distracted by shiny things. So many flickers.
But you know what? I'm just reading this again. I'm not sure. I'm not sure if you actually have to roll for it. So apologies, I made you roll before. I think you can just do that.
I think I do.
You have to spend a stress though. That's the only thing. You know, you don't. It gives you a spellcast.
It says spellcast trait.
Yeah, but I don't think that means you need to roll it necessarily, unless you're being opposed by somebody.
Okay.
So I can't think of a fail thing. So yeah, you can spend a stress and step behind it. I'll let you have the attack as well, if you want.
Oh, okay,
Go
lovely.
ahead.
Then
You've got
I'm not
advantage
gonna
now as well.
stress. And I would like to try. How much stress can I have?
Well, you start with 6.
Okay. At 8 now. I want to mark another stress and try to choke hold the crystal.
Amazing. Yeah, so you can definitely do that when you're pressing you mark stress to pull them into a chokehold, making them temporarily vulnerable. I think that's sort of about your size. That seems to work. So you can do that as your
I think
action?
I'm teleporting behind him. Well,
Yeah.
shadow stepping and sort of jumping on top of it. So it was sort of levitating above the ground a little bit, and now I'm pulling it down with my weight, and it is now vulnerable. And whoever will attack it next will deal extra 2d6 damage.
Amazing, amazing. Who is going to attack it next? Because you still got the initiative. Harlan, possibly, as you were keen to.
Indeed. Yeah, Harlan was aiming with his rifle. I can't get a beat on it. It's moving around too much, and then that's when
wow. Yeah.
the shadow jumps on it.
Yeah, amazing.
It's here, it's here, and my tail is like in the air. It's here.
There's a cat. Tisha's all over it. It's like
even Rocky's looking back now at me with one of his eyes as I'm.
Probably fine. You've got advantage on this. So.
Yeah, that's succeed with hope, I'd imagine. So an 18 in total.
Yeah, succeed with hope. You do an extra 2d6 damage to it as well.
Oh, that's nice. 2d8, 2d6, and we're adding 5 to this, so 16 in total.
16
that's d8s, let me down.
Did you roll 2 once on both your d8s?
My word.
That is a major wound for it. So yeah, there's a bit of the shard sort of flies off it as it sort of shatters in there from where it is. That was with your roll was with hope as well, wasn't it? So you can keep the initiative. Mm-hmm. So Samalak, you can go now if you want. These miners still tramping towards you as well.
I stand in front of Harlan. I give him like a little window over my shoulder, over my wings, but I'm trying to block him from all the rest. And am I close enough if I stand in front of Harlan to hit some minus?
Yeah. You can close to one of them and hit them. Difficulty 15 to hit.
I will whack one. And I will not make that, I'm afraid. Still with hope.
It's a failure, so yeah, you with a failure, you don't get the hope. I think on a failure, that's right. So yeah, that and they have initiative. So the one that you step towards to attack is in fact going to attack you, Samalak. Let's see, with a grave blade, as well. But probably miss you actually with just 10.
No, my evasion is 8, so
does in fact hit you. So that's going to do. You take a stress as well as this. And also 20 damage.
20 damage.
Yeah. And a stress.
Are you okay, Samalak?
How many armor can I?
1.
Okay, well that's still like I have quite a lot of my second damage tier hold is it's major damage, not severe damage, but it's major damage.
Okay. You spend an armor to knock that down to 1. I'm going to spend a couple of fear now as well because the 2 of the others are going to go as well. One of them steps that almost mirroring what Tishara did. One of them steps backwards into the wall and sort of reappears behind
copycat
behind you, Harlan, because I can walk through solid objects. It's not using Graveblade. This is just a normal attack, but 17, will that hit you?
Yeah.
Would you like to take 14 damage?
I would not like to do that.
Can I mark a stress and take that?
You can, yeah. You're close enough to do that.
And I stick out my wing and I capture that.
And
I'll
on to
mark
Shara, 18. Will that hit you?
Mhm.
Imagine so. That will be as it steps through the shard and hits you for that is 14 damage. And go on, I'll spend another fear to have the shard going out as well. And it is another mana beam. I think this is going to be at you, Harlan, because you did
Rude.
damage it there. 16.
Yeah.
So 10 damage from you as another blast
that's
comes
all right.
towards you.
I'll spend an armor.
Amazing. And initiative can then pass back to you guys. Maybe to Shara, we can see what you're doing.
Did they knock me down from the crystal?
I think you have, because they're only temporarily vulnerable. I think you lose your chokehold then. And I think now that you're sort of down below it, you're probably not try that again. You know what I mean? You're not behind it. It's not got a behind now to get behind.
Okay, so there are several creatures around me now in a close range.
Yeah. There's 4 of these spectral beasts.
Ooh.
Spectral miners,
Then I
sorry.
would like to spend my last hope to do the Rain of Blains. It's a spellcast roll.
Go for it. Yeah, you can hit them all. Difficulty 15.
Well, let's see if I can. Yes, I do.
Yeah, it does with fear, though, I note.
With fear, yes.
Yeah. So go ahead, roll your damage.
They're scary and they made me fall down off the crystal.
Yeah. Again, it'll be 2d8. So just 2d8 plus 2.
Oh, that's a very stable rolling.
Yeah. Is that plus 2 as well? Is it 8? Am I
8,
remembering that
yes.
right? 8. Okay, it's not.
I'm double checking, but I think so. Yes, plus 2 magic damage.
Oh, it's magic damage as well. Oh, you'd have to do that, wouldn't you? That's really annoying. Not physical damage on these ghosts. Right, yes. So, yeah, they appear, they scoff at first at the thought of blades raining down on them, but then when they realise they're magical blades, they are less pleased with that and like, oh no, as they all take major damage.
Maybe these are like spectral shards.
Yeah. And one of them steps out and uses a grave blade on you to show it. As soon as you just hit them.
No.
Misses completely with
Oh, good.
3. Let me spend a fear to get this shard to go again because I'm desperate for it to use another actual ability. Yes, that's better. Right, stunning clap. Okay, yeah. You're all within. Oh, you're not quite all within very close range. I would say probably, based on where you were, probably definitely Tishara, possibly Samalak as well.
I'm definitely very close.
Yeah, possibly Samalak as well. You're going to need to make me a strength reaction roll. So you need to roll and add your strength to get 15 or more. Hope and fear don't apply to reaction rolls, though, so you're not going to get hope or fear from it.
I will spend a stress to gain advantage as my elf trait.
Amazing.
An advantage is an extra dice, right?
An extra d6, yeah.
An extra d6. I critically succeed.
It's a bit of a waste of a crit, but you did succeed. You're not vulnerable. Tashara, if you could roll a strength check, you need to get 50.
No.
But
my
by the
strength
power...
is -1.
Oh, no. No power of God's going to save that. I'm so sorry.
You're about to pray for it.
Sorry?
I always have applause. What? Sorry.
Okay, so you are vulnerable, Tashara. And just to... I'm going to spend a fear now as another of the spectral beasts will now try and hit you. Given that you're vulnerable, they can do it with an advantage. 20 actually will surely hit you. you get 13 damage as another one steps forward and hits you with its pick from there. But you can go back to your action now. Maybe Harlan will be next. Looking at sort of initiative order we've got.
Yeah, I'm going to spend my hope and try and make a ranger's focused attack on this. Is this thing still vulnerable, the shard, or is it the only last one?
It's not. It only
No.
lasted one round. It was a temporary.
Would you
Okay.
like me? Would you like me to give it a stab? Oh, you already rolled.
Not very well either, unfortunately. So no good. My shot was perfect until something stepped out of the wall and hit me, and then it went.
Well, speaking of
crazy.
something stepping out of the wall and hit you, that's what happens. A spectral pick comes towards you and gets 13.
That's exactly my evasion.
Oh, lucky. 7 damage.
That's below my threshold.
Fine. Samalak, you can go now.
Yes, I rise up and pray, and I say, Umbrian, forgotten god, you have been remembered. Show us your aid. And I take the prayer beads I've had and I yeet them at the crystal as a bolt beam.
Amazing. You need 15 to hit it.
Really nice. Oh, thank God! I actually have to -6, but it's still 20 with hope.
Yeah.
And I will spend a hope to do a D8 extra damage.
Amazing. Roll it all.
So it's 14 plus 2, 16 magical damage, divine magical damage.
16 magical damage is a major wound for it again. So yeah, it's not looking good. Bits of it are falling off now. It's sort of quaking and shaking. You can see it warping in and out of reality as it does that.
Vulnerable.
And it's vulnerable as well. You keep initiative now as well because Samalak, you rolled with hope there. So if you would like to, somebody would like to take advantage of that vulnerability. Maybe Harlan, you were looking for some vulnerability before, weren't you?
I was. I've unfortunately not got my hope now to try and just focus again. And I only had one. But I will try and cheat it anyway. Because my good friend's gone to all this effort. Oh, I rolled a d6 as well. Oh, yeah, I did because I got a bad.
Fine, yeah. That's a hit with fear.
It hit with fear, so I get 2d6 on damage to it.
No, that was just an effect from.
That was the extra.
Yeah, that was the effect from Tashara's thing.
Got it. 17 damage anyway.
17 damage. It's another serious wound from it. Right, I need to. Yeah, it's sort of shaking apart. It looks as if it's really it looks as if it's about to collapse or maybe explode when it dies. You rolled with fear though, Gaz, didn't you? Right. Need to spend some of this fear before it dies. So yeah, it's going to do. Let's see. Oh, stunning clap again. That's a bit disappointing. Again, strength reaction rolls from Tashara and Samalak, please.
Okay.
You do really well, guys. I shout from a long way back.
You need to get 15. Did either of you make that?
Yes, because I have a +3 in my strength.
Amazing. So Samalak made it. So you're not Tashara, you're vulnerable, Ken, I'm afraid.
Are you now one below it?
Yes, I'm 1 below it.
And now God loves you extra hard for less than when he didn't.
Okay, so neither of you are vulnerable. Right, I'm still going to spend a fear and get the battle box to go now. Can you do it again? Do you want to roll this again, you two? Sorry, the battle box is the stat box that I've taken this from.
Samalak responds, "Sir, you're very rude," and but gets vulnerable.
Yeah. Okay, and it can be spotlighted twice in a row, so it's gonna. So yeah, as that happens, one of the spectral miners steps out to you. Probably misses you actually. Oh no, it's vulnerable, isn't it? So it's the best of 2. Does 9 hit you?
Yes, my evasion is very low.
It does, doesn't it?
My armor's quite high.
Your armor's good, yeah. That's 9 damage.
That is just 1 armor crossed off.
And I will let you guys have a go. So maybe Tashara will be next, I think. Moving around.
Yeah, I'll just try to use my dagger against the crystal, trying to find the crack from which some parts already fell out, and hoping to get into it.
And
And make
I
the crack.
assist in that.
Yeah. I mean, you can, yeah.
Okay. You didn't know.
But you've hit, so you've hit with hope actually as well.
Yes.
Do you damage?
Yes. Minute.
Mm-hmm.
2d8 plus 4. That's a 15.
Okay, so at that point, your dagger indeed finds a little gap in it and pops it apart, and you manage to shatter the soul shard. As it does that, it explodes, potentially damaging all of you, not the ghosts. They'll be fine. Could you all make me an instinct reaction roll? So you need to get 15 on instinct roll, otherwise I'm taking some damage.
Spend the dice to get the advantage.
Rolls aren't working today.
Yeah.
Oh, bugger.
The shower, you're fine. You leap out of the way. As if you expected that would happen. You're the one doing it, yeah.
Some rhythm from previous claps.
Yeah. Watch out, guys. Harlan and Samalak, you're both going to take 7 damage as it explodes.
I'm like, I got it, and there are 2 shards flying from both sides of me to you guys.
I'll cross off 1 armor.
Yeah, I hunker down behind my saddle and the many trinkets which take the force of the blow.
Yeah. But these 4 spectral miners only seem more enraged that the soul shard has been destroyed.
Oops.
I thought you would be free and released to the heavens, and it's like, oh, this is not. Oh dear.
You're like, you're free to go, but they do not go.
Go. Oh, they don't want. Okay. Well, then we'll evict you by force, and I will slam another bolt beacon against them.
15 is what you need, I'm afraid. Yeah.
No. I'm like, God aid me, and it's like sad noise coming out of my hands and nothing else. The gods of twists and turns is a jealous god, it turns out.
Not. So I'm going to spend my last fear. I'll get more to attack you with a grave blade. Samalak, that will hit you.
Yeah, I am vulnerable. Does that make it hurt more?
No, it doesn't. It just makes it easy to hit you. That's 16 damage.
16 damage. Ouch. That is just on my. No, it is over my threshold. I need to spend an armor, and I still get a damage. Ouch.
Okay, it's back to you. There are 4 of these things. They're all quite badly beaten. You haven't, apart from the Rain of Blades, which was really successful against them, you haven't really done much damage to them yet. They've all taken major damage from the Rain of Blades, though. So maybe going back to the top, Tashara, how are you going to deal with these 4 miners?
Well, I'm gonna repeat the thing which seemed to be useful the previous time with the hope I regained from previous blow, which was successful.
I shouldn't have said that, should I? Giving you too much of a clue. Yeah, Rain of Blades, I guess. Yeah.
I'm going to help you, and I'm going to do that because I'm shooting shards of the shard that's been flicked up to where that they're spinning round and joining your blades as I flick them up into the air.
So you get a D6 additional to roll. Which is a good job because that will hit them. Roll your damage and see what you get.
Yay. Six each.
It's
2D8. Have you rolled 2d8s?
It'd be great if it was 6. It'd still be alive. But I suspect that no, they're not. The Rain of Blades is going to defeat them. Do you want to just, Tasha, describe how does your Rain of Blades finally put these ghosts to rest?
Oh yes, of course. I still have the few shards from the bigger crystal which we defeated earlier, and I'm picking up one of them and throwing in one of the spectral warriors, and You can see that there are flickers of light which are turning into ghostly daggers following every single one of our enemies still standing, and they do not stand anymore.
Amazing. And they flicker down, and you sense the purple sort of haze that has been all around this mine dissipates at the last of the ghosts. Within the shard, you can see the actual soul shard that is now inert, which is just a small little crystal that you can sort of pick up and recover. You know your task is to recover these and keep them out of the hands of the evil gods that seek to awaken the Colossi. I mean, obviously carrying one around is really safe. You're sure it isn't going to attract loads of attention from said evil god.
I think we should grind it up and sprinkle it over cake. And then feed it to the whole village and see what happens.
You may get a chance to do that. As you can see, the mine has returned to normal now. So you can get that. It's still like really damaged and stuff. And when you get back to the village after you fly back up the mine shaft, slowly wait for Rocky to get up there. You can see the village is just ruined now. It's now a normal scene of desolation. There are no ghosts there. Father Balthazar and Agatrice can meet you as you come out. Agatrice is obviously sad to see the destruction of her village, but happy that her fellow villagers have been laid to rest. You have managed to recover the soul shard and solve the problem of a ghost town. But there are many more adventures awaiting the three of you onwards. Let's just see. For now, you've got a chance to take a bit of rest and respite. Maybe around the you maybe go back to your bakery, lizard farm, and treehouse, or maybe it's just clustered around Balthazar's old tin kettle sharing tea. What do we get of just to say goodbye to the characters? This is the one shot. What do we see of each character as they're celebrating their hard-won victory? Samlak, do you want to go first?
Yes, Samalak whips out flour and honey and makes bread on a stick that we can roast over a campfire. This little impromptu, and the smell of honey roasted bread fills the air, and a little bit of hope permeates with that.
Capital H, hope. Yeah, amazing. Harlan, what do we see of you and Rocky?
Harlan's secreted away a bit of the shard, like a purple sliver, that he's then wound with some twine or animal intestine that is, well, whatever it is that he does with his weird ranger ways. And he's just hung it off Rocky, that space where there was a trinket missing. He's a bit confused. He can't remember what it was. But he just puts that on and then heads back in to get his cake in the bakery, assuming that there'll be no ill effects from this. And behind him, the camera, you can see that Rocky's just turning the same purple that the soul shard was.
Subtle. Amazing. And finally, what do we see of Tashara relaxing?
I'm incrustating my tree house with recovered tyrannosaur teeth. And on one of the tooth, there is the little trinket which I picked up from Rocky's climb before.
Amazing. So with that all set, we can say goodbye to our Daggerheart heroes in Colossus of the Drylands for a while, and goodbye to you at home. Thank you for watching and listening. If you've enjoyed what you saw, feel free to like and subscribe. It all makes a difference. Leave us a comment. It's great to tell people about the channel. Sharing it around all helps with the algorithm and gets our thing out to other people. Let us know if you want to see more Daggerheart, want to see more of our heroes and Rocky. Maybe we'll go to tier 3 and see what that looks like. Maybe we'll fight another Colossus next. You never know. If you did get a chance, obviously check out the first episode of this. We've also got a Daggerheart thing where we run through the starter set adventure, basically. So there's that as well. But loads more. If there's another system you'd like to see us run, put a comment down below. We'll get to it when we can.